Hello everyone, it's Melinda here with CatSmashPuzzles, and today we're doing a USA JPA Zoom contest puzzle that I acquired through the puzzle swap. When I see one of these competition puzzles, I kind of definitely scoop it up because it's very easy for me to compare my time with competitors, and therefore I kind of get a sense of where I'm being placed. This puzzle is Life is a Construction Project. The artist is Carol Gardner, the brand is Hart Puzzles, and it is a 500-piece puzzle. So I am actually now focused on my USA JPA ranking because I've now received my black belt from speedpuzzling.com. So I've gotten one goal down. I'm moving on to the next goal. And I'll explain more about the USA JPA rankings and all that at the end of the video just to get in more detail. But for this puzzle, this was the May Zoom competition for the USA JPA. And this was, I'd say, a pretty busy puzzle to choose. I'm actually noticing on a lot of the Zoom contests for the USA JPA, they're actually going for some pretty tough ones. The results are obviously in because this happened already, and the fastest time was 44 minutes and 30 seconds, and if I get under an hour, which is my general goal for a 500 piece, I will be in the top 25. So I'm pretty confident I'll be under the hour mark. My super fast goal, based on my pieces per minute of 9.5, I should be under 52 minutes, and if that's the case, that would put me in 9th place or higher. So I think that's a very good goal to aim for because I always try to get to the top 10, and I've gotten some pretty high places recently, so I'm really, really looking forward to seeing if I could actually compare myself in the USA JPA competitions. A lot of the fast puzzlers that do the Zoom competitions I already do appear in the USA JPA ones, so I'm not surprised that the same people are on the top again. Hopefully, I'll start appearing in those competitions. I only do 2 competitions a month right at the moment. I think they do 8 or 9 that are scheduled, and I may be hoping to do a little more next year. But I just started getting into this back in February, so it was just, I felt like 2 was already a commitment, so that's kind of what I stuck with. Alrighty, Life is a Construction Project. Let's smash it. I just slid under that 1 hour goal. So this puzzle was interesting, I'll give it that. I actually thought I was starting off really well. I kind of organized his shirt, his hat, the words, and I really did focus on the blue section of the puzzle initially. So I thought my start was actually pretty good. And as I was continuing to go along, then I went to the words section, and I think that's where I got really slow, and my weakness is showing with text. I don't know why I have such an issue with text. Apparently, I don't know, my brain is trying to put the shape together, and there's actually words, and it just doesn't coordinate very well, and I get confused. I think I put the wrong piece in the same spot like 4 times, so not sure what happened in that aspect, but I think that's what kept me from being under the super fast goal of 52 minutes. But I did succeed getting it under an hour, so not a complete failure, thankfully. So where would that have put me in the competition if I had participated? This would have put me in 24th place out of 172 participants. So this would have put me in the 87th percentile, which is kind of where I'm averaging, so I'm not too disappointed with it. I landed where I'm supposed to. I do think this was a little bit of a harder puzzle. And it looks like the USA JPA competitions are just kind of a little harder than the speed puzzling ones. Maybe it's just the puzzles that I choose. I'm not sure. Now that I've kind of done this puzzle and kind of seen where I land there, I do think that the faster puzzlers are there because if you're a USA JPA member, you sign up for obviously the community and the all their benefits, but you probably are focusing on the US Nationals. So almost all the super fast people do participate in the US Nationals if they can go. Now, I have got my black belt with speedpuzzling.com, so now I want to work on my USA JPA rating. And unfortunately, that can only be done when I do USA JPA sponsored events. So like the Zoom competition, if I had participated, I would have gone towards my ranking. I do have a ranking with them currently, and my ranking is 148th out of 784. So that puts me at the 82nd percentile, which seems kind of low, but that ranking is based off only 2 competitions I've done, which are the Texas State Championship in 2024 and 2025. And I think both of those, especially my first one in 2024, are one of my slowest times for a puzzle. Even though I ranked well in the tournament, I just think that my time, I think, is average towards how they configure their rankings. So those 2 are just kind of my slower puzzles, and I'm already still in the 82nd percentile. So I think that if I just start competing in more of their competitions, but that's basically how they're ranking me right now. It's just based off my Texas State Championship results for both times. So I am trying to see if I can get that improved before the Nationals in March of 2026. And I do think I will probably participate in one of their Zoom competitions beforehand for sure. Now, as I'm recording this, the DFW Texas Showdown is this Saturday, July 19th, and so I'm kind of trying to film these as a practice for that tournament. They are pre-approved for the USA JPA to be accredited as a good competition to go to the rank. The gentleman who runs the Speed Puzzling Showdown will do another one in October, and if he gets approved, that competition will go to the USA JPA ranking. I will have a link down below of their ranking system. As of right now, it hasn't been updated since March. So that's kind of what I'll be working on for that. So I'll be doing the USA JPA competitions, hopefully. Maybe 1 or 2, not too heavy. I'm still doing the speed puzzling competitions twice a month and doing other puzzles for the channel. If you haven't already checked out my Amazon gift registry, if you want to help support my channel, there are many puzzles for you to choose from. I tried to get a selection of different prices, but there are a lot of puzzles in that gift registry that are competition puzzles, and I think are good challenge puzzles as well. And ones I just want to do for the channel. My next puzzle will actually be from my old collection. I did show you my old collection on one of my prior videos. It's actually going to be a 1,000 piece, the cat one that is shaped like a cat, because the DFW Showdown is cat themed, and I think that's a great one for me to practice before the competition. As for this guy, we almost didn't smash it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.